Hey, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD. I'm continuing Race Week with a quick review for Wheels of Destruction, which released in the PlayStation 3 store tonight. I spent a solid hour and a half to 2 hours playing it before I decided I had seen enough. This game has multiple issues, starting with its servers. There was some really strange lag in a couple of the rooms that I was in. Some of the rooms ran perfectly, but in others I saw cars teleporting around, and a couple times, I can't swear by this, but I'm pretty sure there was a couple completely invisible cars in the room. Now granted, the game just came out tonight, so the servers are brand new, but I'm really thinking that's not the issue with what's going on. Next up, actually joining a room was just a complete disaster. There's 3 modes: Team Deathmatch, Regular Deathmatch, and Capture the Flag. I tried all 3 modes in both ranked and unranked, and the only time I could get into a room was through the quick match system, because if I singled out to sort by map or mode, it would always stick me in a room by myself, and it would put me in the room by myself so quickly it seemed as if it wasn't even searching, which I don't mind waiting for players, but I tried for over 20 minutes. I waited in several different rooms, no one ever joined in, and no, I wasn't doing anything wrong. And yes, I understand the game was just released tonight, but there were people playing in the quick match area, which is the only way I was able to get a game going. Now, I spent most of my evening in the 4-on-4 team deathmatch, which I've uploaded a couple videos for that, and I decided to leave that to test out the other 2 modes, and that's when things went south pretty quickly. I did a quick match. It stuck me in a room with a couple other players, and since there wasn't that many people in there and I had just finished playing the same team deathmatch, I left that room and tried to redo the quick match, and it stuck me in that same room 7 or 8 times in a row before I finally just gave up trying to play it online. But the server issues and the problems don't stop there. When the host leaves the room, it boots everyone back to the loading menu, and it has to migrate the host to somebody else. That was somewhat of a nuisance, especially since these are really long matches. Some of the matches last up to 15 minutes, so you can imagine it happens quite a bit. Next up was the actual controls. You steer and aim with the same left analog stick, with no way to change the controls to where you can use the left stick to drive and the right stick to aim. This is obviously an issue if you're trying to aim at someone that's above you in the air, or if there's 2 enemies near each other. Now, I got used to all the controls after the first few matches, but it still sucks. There's no other way to put it. Especially if you manage to hit a corner or a wall and you're just trying to back up out of it, it's definitely an issue. Why, oh why, they didn't allow both the sticks to be used is a mystery, unless they're making this for the PSP or something along those lines. I really don't know, but either way, even once you get used to it, it's definitely an issue. Next up, sometimes my teammate markers and enemy markers would vanish, so that I couldn't tell who was on my team and who I needed to shoot at. Now, whether or not this is a part of the game as some special perk when you get hit with a weapon, I'm not sure. The tip screen said something about how a weapon can disorient you, so it's possible that this was done on purpose and not that just a bug or a glitch, but either way, it's a pretty crappy design choice, or bug, whatever you want to call it. Next up, there's a few cars to choose from on here, but it basically boils down to the same 3, as a couple are pretty much the same. There's an armored truck that's super slow but high on defense, a medium speed, medium armor car, and finally some speedy cars that go down in 1 or 2 hits. This isn't like Twisted Metal, in which you're just blowing through multiple different types of ammo and just laying into people. This game really boils down to who sees who first, and making sure that you stay near some health and armor if you want to do well on here. The combat just doesn't feel that balanced at all. Finally, the ramps and the blue rings that are supposed to toss you around the map are poorly constructed. If you're using the heavier vehicle, you can't make some of the jumps even if you boost before or during the jump. And I even played an offline match in which I watched the computer try to use one, and even the computer couldn't make it to the next level. This entire game just felt really unpolished and sloppy. I'm sure there's going to be a few people out there, and maybe even some reviews, that are going to say otherwise. There were a few occasions of spinning and jumping and firing off missiles that I thought the game was decent. I even had an 11 kill streak godlike award that I've already uploaded a video for, but overall I just can't recommend this title for any target group. Even the Twisted Metal crowd, I think, would have a hard time enjoying this title unless they can fix the join game issue, but as sloppy of a design game as this is, I can't see them rushing to patch or fix that anytime soon. And no, I'm not in a foul or grumpy mood. I'm actually in a pretty good mood, knowing that I don't have to play this game anymore tonight. Anyways, this is Zero at ReviewZoneHD, and thanks for stopping by.